Hi there, my name is Dory. I'm the current trainer for our Calibri call centers. Today we're going to discuss the decision tree. This is a tool we use in our company to help empower each of us to make decisions based on the needs of the customer and the organization. While I was preparing to create this video, the company received an email from Mike Duran, our CEO. It was perfect timing. He described the purpose of this decision tree in a clear and understandable way, and I wanted to share that email with you first. So he writes, I'd like to make a request that we do our best to go out and make a mistake today. Yes, you read it right. Today I want us to go out and make a mistake, several in fact, and I want us to do this every day. We operate the business by a simple decision tree. It is composed of decisions that fall into 4 categories: leaf, branch, trunk, and root. Every employee is empowered to make leaf decisions. Managers are empowered to make branch decisions. The leadership team is empowered to make trunk decisions. And finally, the executive team is responsible for making root decisions. Being empowered means you don't need to ask permission before making these sorts of decisions. This framework creates speed and maximizes progress, but the cost will be that occasionally we make a mistake. As long as we're doing this from the right frame of mind and learning from it, we can absolutely live with this. In fact, our best path to long-term success is to embrace this. Each of us needs to do what we know is right in the moment and ask for forgiveness in those rare instances when we get it wrong. Let's take the actions we know make sense. We know what to do, and we trust one another. So let's act purposefully and without haste. We talk about how there is an opportunity for increased boldness at every level of the company, in every location, and with every person. This is truly something we encourage. It is our lifeblood as a learning organization, meaning an organization that perpetually learns, not simply an organization that teaches professionals. When we are bold, mistakes are inevitable. We can't shy away from this. We can't shrink from it. And we can't hide from it. Instead, we need to embrace it. Thank you, Mike. That was a perfect description of what the decision tree is. So let's break this concept of the decision tree down and learn what empowerment you as an employee have in this organization. In your guidebook, there is a worksheet for the following exercise. So go ahead and pause this video so you can locate the worksheet, and then you can take notes accordingly. And don't forget, you can access this video whenever you need a refresher. So what is a leaf decision? I will be explaining the details of what we consider leaf decisions in a moment. However, first I want to explain what the term leaf decision means. When you think of a tree and how many leaves it may hold, think of each of those leaves as a decision you make. If you make a poor decision, it's okay, because first of all, losing a few leaves on a tree is not going to kill the tree, or in this case, the business. Plus, we will inevitably make mistakes, and in fact, I hope you do, because making mistakes will help you learn and grow in this business. Not to mention, your team lead has your back, and if they see you struggling or making too many leaf decisions that could have gone a different way, they will take time out to give you additional training or discuss other options that you could have offered the customer. What are your leaf decisions? There are many, however, the most common I'm going to describe now. The first one is up to 10% discount. When you have that customer on the phone and they ask for a discount, first remember that we are selling a fantastic product with amazing customer service and support along the way. Our products are worth the price, and that price is highly competitive with other education providers. It is best to sell with that in mind. However, there are times when a customer is more concerned at the moment about the financial side. We understand this. So you are empowered to offer the customer a discount. That discount, without having to ask for permission, is up to 10%. The second is groups up to 5 people. You will come across occasions where a customer lets you know they have multiple people in their business or office that require the same education, and they're wondering if we have a group discount. Well, the answer to this is yes and no. We don't really have a group discount to offer. However, if they have people ready to enroll at the time, we will absolutely offer them the same pricing you are offering the customer on the phone. So at this point, you can decide what an appropriate group discount for those customers would be. The third leaf decision is expired promotional codes. It is inevitable that a customer will have an old promotional discount code or they attempted to use one on our website and it didn't work. So once you have determined what the issue is with the promotional code, you can then choose how to honor that code. So things to keep in mind is how long ago the code was active. For instance, if it was from last year, look to see how long they have been a customer. If they are a new customer or possibly someone that has been a long-time loyal customer, you may want to go ahead and honor that inactive promotional discount. If it is someone who has purchased from us every now and then it may be where you don't honor that expired promo code, but you do honor up to 10% discount, which is also a leaf decision. We certainly don't want to lose a customer over a couple of dollars, so sometimes it is better to give them the discount, continue to offer the high bar service we expect, and make sure you create that raving fan. Our fourth leaf decision would be a refund, whether full or partial. There will be times when a customer has had a not so great experience. If the situation feels like a partial or full refund with the benefit of still acquiring their credit hours, and that's going to satisfy the customer and keep them coming back, then please take this option into consideration. If the customer states they don't need the course anymore for a variety of reasons and has not completed the hours yet, then by all means go ahead and issue that refund. Number 5 is a free course, and that's a continuing education course. Our customers may experience a human error on our part. It happens. Or possibly they had technical issues, or they struggled with something that was just plain out of our control. When this happens, the only option to satisfy the customer sometimes may be to offer them a course for free. What we would like to see happen in these circumstances would be to offer their next enrolled course for free rather than refund them for the current course now. This would ensure they return back to our company rather than take their money and run to a competitor. Our fifth leaf decision is waiving fees. So there's many situations that may warrant waiving fees that our customers pay for things like additional certificates, mailing a certificate, shipping and handling of a book, or maybe a test that they take over the phone. But it's important to understand that these fees are in place for specific reasons, such as the work it requires in the back office to offer these products and options. These fees may seem small at the time when you're taking that call. However, they do add up quickly. And if you are giving discounts or waiving fees on every call, you are essentially taking money out of your own pocket and especially the business. So remember to help the customer understand why they should purchase from us without discounts. And that is because we are offering a superior product with customer service that is above and beyond anything they will experience elsewhere. Bottom line is, you are empowered to waive fees if it feels necessary to do with that customer. Our seventh leaf decision is in regards to our angry customers. Most of our customers are super happy. However, there will be occasions where they are angry either at our company or something that has occurred in their private lives. Regardless of the reason they may be angry, we first need to attempt to de-escalate by hearing them out and offering solutions that may satisfy their reason for calling. You will learn more on how to de-escalate a call later in your training. What's important to understand here, though, is you are empowered to tell the customer that shouting, swearing, or threatening is not appropriate or professional, and that you will disconnect the call if it continues. This should be done 3 times on the call. If you do end up disconnecting the call, tell your team lead immediately. If you find yourself becoming angry at the customer, shouting, shaking, or tears have appeared, you are also empowered to transfer that call to someone else. Feeling as angry as the customer or upset by what they are saying means you have lost control of the call and you are no longer doing them or yourself any great service by attempting to assist them. Our eighth leaf decision falls into the inappropriate conversations category. If your customer is being inappropriate with you and are making you very uncomfortable with their line of conversation, which could be of a sexual nature, borderline harassment, violent or otherwise. You have the power to inform the customer that you are uncomfortable with the conversation, and if it doesn't remain professional, you will disconnect the call. This should be done 3 times, and if you do end up disconnecting the call, remember to tell your team lead immediately. The 9th leaf decision is fraud. This does not happen often. We are working with professionals. However, there are occasions when you get the feeling like they are not the person that took the course, test, or otherwise. Whatever the red flag may be, you feel there is possible fraud occurring. When this happens, it's very important that you notify your team lead as soon as possible. The fraud, depending on what it may turn out to be, is unethical, and our regulatory department should be aware of the situation and determine best course of action. It is not your job to investigate, so definitely inform your team lead of the situation. Let's go ahead and recap on your leaf decisions. So we talked about 9 of them in total. The first one is up to 10% discount. And then you have your groups up to 5 people, expired promotional codes, refunds, whether full or partial, 1 free continuing education course, waiving fees, angry customer, inappropriate conversations, and fraud. So let's talk about the next part of the tree, which would be the branch decisions. Those are decisions that your team lead will make. So going back to our tree and the discussion we had earlier about the tree and how bad decisions could affect that tree, let's talk about the branch. Your team lead is who you should go to when you need a branch decision made. If they make a poor decision and we lose a branch on our tree, it's okay because our tree and business will survive that missing branch. Decisions you should go to your team lead about would include discounts from 10 to 25%. Now remember, you could offer up to 10%. So 10 to 25% would be that branch decision. If the discount you offered was not enough for the customer and they are asking for more, ask your team lead if you can offer more. The next one is the customer is requesting more than 1 free continuing education course. Ask your team lead if you can offer more or if there is something else we can do to give the customer a better experience. And the last one is the customer on the phone has an office of more than 5 people that require their continuing education and want a deeper discount. Go see your team lead and see what options you have to offer them. So in recap, a branch decision would then be 10 to 25% discounts, more than 1 free continuing education course, and an office of more than 5 people. What are supervisor trunk decisions? Looking at our tree, after discussing leaf and branch decisions, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this one. There are situations that will warrant you going above your team lead because customer has a greater need. These decisions should be made by your manager or supervisor because if they make a wrong decision and our trunk gets cut, it may not kill the tree or business. However, it will cause setbacks for the company that may take time to bounce back from. The following are decisions your manager or supervisor should be making. Discounts greater than 25%, free continuing education for an entire cycle, paying customer late fees because we made an error and they couldn't renew on time, and then firing a customer. Yes, we fire customers on occasion when they have been harassing our team members and refuse to have an appropriately professional conversation to resolve their issue. And then we have our executive root decisions. So finally, the root of our tree. Following the story of our tree and what we have discussed so far about what happens if a wrong decision is made, if our executive, who would make the following decisions, chose one that didn't work for the business and we lost a root, it's very likely the business would suffer greatly and could possibly be detrimental to the life of the tree. So those decisions would include free continuing education for a lifetime, legal threats to our business. The executive should be aware of the situation in case customer follows through. They may need to get a hold of the legal department in order to discuss possible actions. And lastly, threats of violence. to you as an individual or the company as a whole. Check with your manager or supervisor first. Let them know the situation that occurred so they can help you determine if we need to forward the information to the executive. Well, this concludes our training for the decision tree. The sheet that I asked you to fill out while watching this video should be kept near and dear to assist you in your journey of empowerment. If you have any clarifying questions or concerns, please see your trainer or team lead. Thank you for watching.